Hi everyone, and welcome back to the Healthy Human Podcast. My name is Rohan Vijayvikram, and on this episode, we're going to be doing a special episode on something I haven't really talked about. So after having this podcast for a while, I thought it would be important to discuss why health. And so to do this, I want to use something called the yin and the yang. We all know these originate from Chinese folklore, but did you know that these are important aspects of traditional Chinese medicine? The yin represents the negative aspects, while the yang represents positive aspects. It is true that one has good health when a balance of these is maintained, which is absolutely true. So this episode will be a two-parter, one talking about the yin, which is this episode, and one talking about the yang, which is the follow-up episode. Though I manipulate the definition of each, yin and yang, it is important to discuss the yin aspect, which is what are the negatives of talking about our health. One of the biggest negatives of talking about our health is definitely the aspect of pessimism. Now, what is pessimism? The Google definition of pessimism is the tendency to see the worst aspect of things or believe that the worst will happen. Now, this lack of hope can lead to people having higher levels of negativity, which makes them more likely to suffer from many different diseases, such as cardiovascular problems, digestive issues, or even making it harder for them to recover from sickness. But that's not the point. Oftentimes, looking at our own health can cause us to feel disappointment, and maybe even a sense of existentialism. We often feel that our bodies are unhealthy and that no matter what we do, we are going to suffer from the same conditions, the same problems every single day. Sometimes this perspective can be very bad, as it can affect the mental health of a person, while other times it can establish a sense of realism. The next aspect that could be categorized under the yin of health is definitely a sense of insecurity. A lot of time when we talk about our condition with other people, we may feel insecure because they may not be able to empathize or understand what we are going through. These insecurities can cause preventative treatment to fail, as the true problems never make their way to the surface to be treated. Feeling insecure is a natural feeling, but it is important to discern the fact that sometimes talking about these sensitive topics such as our health can cause us and those around us to feel these feelings. Sometimes these insecurities can be triggers for something far worse. People who have been through war, for example, may have severe PTSD, which is why it might be bad to talk to them about their health in that way, as those triggers can be haunting for them. Another example is infertility. Fertility issues can cause insecurities, which makes it hard to talk about health, and people stray away from these delicate topics because they establish labels. Lastly, I want to emphasize standards. When watching my videos or when seeing all these videos on how to lead a healthy lifestyle or how to eat healthy, people establish standards. These standards can often be unhealthy to maintain, believe it or not, and oftentimes that is due to the fact that our bodies are all different. It is important to understand that health topics may be hard to talk about because of this, and overall we are different, which makes things even as simple as achieving health goals hard to talk about. Once again, this has been Rohan live on the Healthy Human Podcast. Be sure to tune into the next part of this two-part episode series to understand the yang of health. Until next time, remember, happiness is the product of good health.